Space Jam, The Matrix, The Lion King. What do all these revamped movies have in common? Fuck your childhood. That's what. These were all great movies that were universally panned because y'all didn't want y'all vision of how you grew up to be tarnished. Well, it's time to grow the fuck up, child. And white people, please don't get me started on the new Little Mermaid film that's coming out. But this is more than just about movies. You Negroes are still trying to make your parents happy. And even worse, some of them aren't even here anymore. Rest in peace. Either way, it's time to grow the fuck up, child. Why can't we move on from our childhoods? And why are we still trying to make these old folks happy? Fearless, what do you think? When are y'all old children gonna become adults?
This Batman movie is the best one in terms of representing Gotham and representing Batman. But if your favorite Batman is the one from 1990 or 1989,
that's the one I was.
You see what I'm saying? I can't, because you grew up with the yellow emblem and everything. Niggas got cars with that. Like, I'm sorry, this iconic. If I tell you that fucking the nigga, the vampire from motherfucking Twilight is the new Batman, you gonna be like, he the best one. You gonna think I'm fucking smoking rocks. So ain't nothing I can say. But that's my argument. That is done right. It is something from the past where I got an old thing and they made it better. What do you got to say?
So I'll say the Batmobile from the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman is the best Batmobile out of all the series, right? The best one. I'll say that.
And they got the best commissioner as well.
No doubt, man. Billy D. Beautiful. But let's go back a little bit because that's something else I wanted to say. You said you wish you were born in this era because everything we have digital comics where you can read mini comics for like $10 a month.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, bro, we grew up on like cassette tapes. Like we had to rewind shit. We had to take the tape out, turn it over. We couldn't just listen to our favorite song. We had to like press the fast forward and let that shit run, and then we had to stop it and try to catch that shit, bro.
Homie, we had only a few TV channels.
Yeah.
And we didn't have digital shit. Nigga, you had to sit your ass down at the couch to watch TV. Right. Now I can watch it I can watch it anywhere I'm taking a shit. Anywhere I'm taking a shit.
You couldn't just watch whatever the hell you wanted to watch at any time. You had to wait for that shit to come on at a certain time, or you had to record it and then you could watch it for as much as you wanted to. Like, it's so much. So I feel what you're saying, but I'll say this. I'm happy I grew up in the era that I grew up in, but I'm also happy that I got to see the progression and where we are because it's a lot doper nowadays.
Yeah.
So
and you could buy all the shit because I wouldn't be probably able to buy it unless I grew up rich. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be able to consume all this stuff that I really want to consume. But now as an adult in my 30s, I can because I have some money to buy it. So that's also a good point. And I love being an 80s baby. I love being like, that era crack and, what I'm saying, the era of NWA. And I love growing up in the 90s and experiencing hip hop and the real evolution of it becoming the most popular thing. But I love the future as well. VR and all that shit that's coming. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. I ain't even cut you. I just wanted to add that.
No, you didn't, man. I was, yeah. So you know what? Let's flip the script a little bit because we're talking about, electronics and how things change in movies. And I still believe the new Space Jam is great. You have your opinion, like you say. I just don't really care for that opinion as far as that goes.
Fuck my opinion.
I told you, man. Ain't nobody going. If anybody goes at the King and the Queen, go get it. And the King and the Queen is, to me, is Queen Beyonce and King James. You ain't gonna go after them, man. And I'm gonna put Tyler Perry in there too as well. These people do too much for the community for y'all to be shitting on them.
Jordan Peele
about your little weak ass childhood. I mean, Jordan Peele is great, but Tyler Perry is that upper echelon that he puts people on from the past and lets them have like a second career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. Me personally, I think Jordan Peele, just to put the reason why I said Jordan Peele is because he's adding black and minority voices to horror. And we've always been the first person to die in horror movies, right?
Yes.
Remember Scream 2?
Oh yeah.
And we got
off.
2 of them, 2 black folks dead. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like we are the movie. He made Get Out. Like that is one of the most important movies ever. Fuck horror. You know what I mean? Like people still say that, and that was years ago. We were like, yeah, nigga, you get out. As soon as you start acting like a white person, they think you got get out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel where you coming from, man. Like it's hard to be able to criticize our leaders in art and music. So go ahead, man. My fault.
No, you good. Let me jump in on Get Out real quick. This is one thing that kind of clicked in my head. Maybe this was something that just kind of flew over my head that everybody already knew about. But one thing about Get Out is, outside of the story and what it was about, one thing that I saw in Get Out is how much white people really want to be like us.
That's what it was.
Because we're so cool and we're so hip, and they steal shit from us. Like we'll say something and then they'll get on social media, and like I see it all the time. People will say, I'm living rent free in your head. I'm like, my nigga, that's Black Twitter.
Yep.
That's Black Twitter right there. And you're like, no, it's for everybody. Of course, when we make something, it's for everybody. So Get Out really not showed me, but I think that was about as well how much white people really want to be us but don't want to be us.
That's exactly what it was.
Like they said in Chappelle's show, like everybody want to be a nigga but don't nobody want to be a nigga. And Get Out showed that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? All right. But either way, I want to start, to add on to the whole fuck your childhood thing. I want to talk about our parents and how we work so hard to try to make our parents happy and our ancestors happy, our grandmothers and grandfathers, that we can't even live our lives the way we want to. And I think that is very damaging to our mental and to our self-esteem. And we don't even realize it, because it's like we have to make them happy so much that we can't figure out who we really are. And we mask ourselves to the person that we can be and to who we really are deep inside, because we have to try to make them so happy because they sacrifice so much. I'll tell you what, I don't give a fuck about a sacrifice. This is my life, and I'm gonna run it the way I want to run it. I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it, and I'm not gonna let anybody step on me. Look, I say this, bro, and I'll say this: I spent a lot of my life trying to make my family and my parents happy. Like, I've always done the right thing, and that's not just to make them happy. It's because it's just easier to do the right thing. I've never been like a troublemaker. I don't like trouble. I don't do trouble at all, man. I can say, like, my mother and father, like, they never had to come and get me out of jail and shit like that. I've done the right thing mostly my whole life, and I've gotten absolutely nothing for it, because my idea of the right thing was trying to make them proud of me or try to make them happy. And I never got any pats on the back for it. I never gotten any, I'm proud of you. Like, the only time that I can remember getting I'm proud of you is from like my grandmother. Like back when I was a holy roller, like 18, 19, 20, used to go to church every Wednesday, every Sunday. My grandmother was like, oh my God, babe, I'm so happy for you. You go to church and you learn about the Lord. I'm so happy. I'm so great. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Grandma. Oh, great. Thank you. But like, nothing I ever did I never got any praise for that. You know what I mean? Like, it was never like, oh man, you got yourself a job, and oh, you got a car. You never got it. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. But when I was going to church, it was the greatest thing in the world, bro. I've spent way too much of my life trying to make these old folks happy. I'm not doing that shit. Like, when it finally clicked, I'm like, yo, fuck y'all. I'm not doing this. Is not y'all's life, man. Y'all lived y'all life. Y'all did what y'all wanted to do in y'all life. Stop trying to make me do what you want me to do so y'all can be proud of me, and then not even recognize me for it, not even tell me, not even, because just like we always say, black men need compliments too. We got a whole episode off of it, and I never got any of that, bro. I just feel like I do so much for everybody in my life, and I never get like anything back in return. Not saying that I'm expecting something, right? But like, God damn, man, can I get some love? Can I get a hug? Can I get somebody say, I'm so proud of you, not because I'm learning about the Lord or some shit, but just because I went to work early all this week, wasn't never late. nigga, I want a little praise, you know, because you get tired and you want to, you know, you want to sleep in sometimes. I'll be 10 minutes late, but none of that shit matters because that's what you're supposed to